In a celebrated 4-year career, David H. Nicholson proved himself as one of the premier 400-meter runners in Division III, earning all New England recognition at the Division III, Open, and ECAC championship meets a total of 38 times indoors and outdoors in the sprints and relays, and winning New England Division III championships at 400 meters indoors and outdoors as a senior. During that indoor season, the Windsor native became the program's first male to earn NCAA Division III All-America honors in a running event, with a 6th place finish at 48.90 seconds at 400 meters at the national meet. Seeded 9th in a field of 13, Dave qualified for the final by placing 4th with a time of 48.50 seconds, his fastest time ever on a flat track. Incredibly, Dave sprinted to all New England recognition, both indoor and outdoor, every year at 400 meters. He was a 27-time Little East and New England Alliance champion, indoors and outdoors, in the 200, 400, and with the 4x1 and 4x4 relays. Today, Dave still holds conference championship records in the 200 and 400. With Dave, Eastern won 4 straight Little East outdoor championships under head coach Frank Poulin, as well as 1 Little East and 1 New England Alliance indoor championship.
Hello, my name is Leo Mayo, and it is my pleasure to present my coaching colleague, David Nicholson, for induction into the Eastern Connecticut State University Athletic Alumni Hall of Fame. Dave, or Slim as some of you know him, was one of my first full-time assistant coaches at American International College. In a chance meeting at a regional cross-country championship in 2013, while Dave was coaching at Queens College in New York, Nick Noheimer, another Eastern alum who was my assistant cross-country coach and distant coach at the time, introduced us and told me Dave was a great athlete at Eastern and an even better teammate. Dave instantly became my next top recruit. After a few phone calls, I was able to get Dave to apply and accept our assistant track and field position, and the rest is history. Within 2 years, we had won our first Northeast 10 indoor conference championship. In the 3 years that Dave was on staff, we won 5 conference titles, including becoming the first Northeast 10 school to win the Triple Crown, 3 conference titles in 1 academic year, cross-country, indoor, and outdoor. Dave was one of the first assistant coaches that was able to challenge, support, and encourage me to be the best coach possible. It was Dave's energy, passion, and discipline to holding young student athletes to a higher standard that allowed our programs to succeed at the highest level. From the very beginning, Dave was able to establish a work ethic and commitment for his student athletes that allowed him to see success very early. There were multiple occasions where Dave and I would stay late in the office and go back and forth in trying to land the next top recruit. It was our mission to challenge each other, to be better, and to ensure that our program was getting better and better every year. It has been amazing to see him become one of the top coaches in the country. Dave has had 50 individual conference champions, 41 NCAA national championship qualifiers, and 31 All-Americans to his credit. However, it is not the athletic accolades that defines his success. It is the relationships that he has built with his student athletes that defines him. If anyone knows him, they know that he will be by your side in the good times and bad. His positivity, his encouragement, and his ability to motivate is what separates him from most. I am not surprised that David is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's apparent that the same commitment to excellence that he exemplified as a student athlete here at Eastern has applied to his coaching career.
I've known him since I was in middle school, and he's always been a great guy and a natural leader. So he's been somebody that I've been able to look up to for a very long time. I could see that Dave was going to be a great athlete early on. He was somebody that had great natural ability, but he was also a very hard worker.
What made Dave a Hall of Famer was that he was a winner. He won all the time in multiple events, from the second he stepped foot on the track until the second he left.
Dave had a great work ethic. He never missed a day of practice. He never made excuses, and he was a great person for us to look up to.
He was an incredibly hard worker, super disciplined, never missed a day of practice, not without any type of, lingering injury. He ran through, multiple years of nagging injuries, never made an excuse, never a thought of not going to the track and competing at practice daily. From a relay standpoint, he and I were on relays together from freshman year all the way through senior year with multiple interchangeable, athletes, Mark being one of them, and many other of our good friends. We meshed well together because we trusted each other. We knew that nobody was a slacker. We knew that we were trying our hardest in practice, in the weight room and throughout the week.
It was very obvious that Dave came from a great family. His parents are people that work hard, and they instill that work ethic in their children.
Off the track, he's kind of a chill guy. He's just kind of relaxed, likes music, movies, hanging out, and was a good student. But no, on the track, he was a killer. Dave's best qualities as a person: he's a kind person. He's generous. He's humble. He's a hard worker. He's trustworthy. He's a good friend.
Dave was not the type of person to demand the spotlight. He was a humble leader, but he was somebody that was comfortable standing out in front of everybody and leading by example. I think it's pretty clear that Dave was going to turn out to be a college coach because he always was an old soul to me. He was somebody that was mature beyond his years.
Yeah, no, he has a passion for helping athletes get better. The experience and depth of knowledge that he has in track and field, every athlete that I'm sure has been under his tutelage is extremely happy to have him as a coach and very lucky to have him as a coach. He's a great, humble coach who's not going to lie to his athletes and tell them exactly what they need and hopefully make them better individuals as well.
At this time, it is with great pleasure that I present for induction into the Eastern Connecticut State University Athletics Alumni Hall of Fame, David H. Nicholson.